Howdy, everybody, and welcome to the Æther-Tech Wars. I am Matthew R. Dawson, your friendly neighborhood host and GM for this Pathfinder 2e campaign, and joining me around my virtual table tonight are Brandie, Brie, Delioth, John, and Junior. Say hi, everyone.
Hi, everyone.
Hello.
So good at that. Now, before we begin, we do have a couple announcements to get through, starting with a word from the sponsor of this campaign, XSplit. XSplit is a high-quality virtual webcam background remover that works with your already existing webcam. Using this program, you can protect your privacy while you work or play remotely by blurring the background, removing it entirely, or even putting your favorite pictures in the background instead. You can download the app today at xsplit.com, and if you use the coupon code RANDOM with a capital R, you can get 10% off of our purchase. You can find our referral link in the chat and show descriptions. We are also on Patreon. I don't talk about that nearly enough, but we do have a Patreon, and there are some pretty cool perks that are associated with that, including consultations with a GM, playing in some of our one-shots, being able to give out advantage during your stream and help out your favorite player. Lots of stuff you can do. You can check that out at patreon.com/randomrhapsody. This week, we are back with another episode of the Magi Knights Awakening. The Magi Knights are about to go head-to-head with the Loroupa High Soccer Club on their field at Loroupa High. All of our heroes are anticipating the worst, and come on, it's a horror game. We all know that that's what's going to happen. So come hang out with us and watch them deal with all that stuff. You can keep up to date on our schedule and everything we do here on the network by following us on Facebook as Random Rhapsody TV, on Twitter as @random_rhapsody, on Blue Sky as Random Rhapsody, and on TikTok as Random Rhapsody_TV. And that's going to do it for our announcements. So join us as we return to the world of Loroupa and journey with a group of Pathfinders who have unwittingly found themselves embroiled in the Æther-Tech Wars. And we're back. You should know how we do our recaps at this point. We offer up the Random Rhapsody coin, which is good for one free reroll in this campaign. Whoever does the recap gets that coin, which includes me. And not a lot of people want me to be able to roll often. So someone's probably going to take that coin up. And it looks like we have a winner. So, Kikiro, tell us what happened last time on the Æther-Tech Wars.
Right on. So last time we started, we had just beaten up some plant-like zombies. We learned they're not rare in these parts, but we checked out the corpses, found some cool stuff. We did meet our fun little friend Zaz, our little brassy kobold in a cloak with so many knives. brought him with us as we continued to follow Zormunder's trail. As we went through the forests and onto the plains, we found a day-old campfire with some notes about some illustrious queen, and probably not important information at all. Continued following the trail towards the coast. We're figuring we're getting very close to actually catching up with him when we see what we think initially is a dragon coming towards us. As we enter the tall grass, some of us hide from it, and others of us are named Draven. It turns out it was not a dragon, but was a Manticore, and we started that combat and ended in the middle of it.
That's true. That is true. Well, there you go, Kikiro. There's the random Rhapsody coin. Don't forget to use it, though. It's only going to last the session. Okay. Well, Pathfinders. That's the situation right now. That Manticore is flying about 40 feet above you and has been launching tail spikes at you from that height. It shot 7 of them in total towards you so far. The creature has been wounded somewhat, but it still seems intent on using you all for target practice. Malachi is hiding in the grass. Draven has been impaled by the Manticore spikes and is immobilized. And the rest of the group is just kind of standing there out in the open in the middle of this grassy plain that is not a long distance away from the ocean. So, with that in mind, let's start things off at the top of turn order. I move this map around a little bit. There we go, so we can see everybody. We are starting things off with Draven. Draven, you're immobilized. You have some spikes driven into you. What you got going on?
Not a whole lot I can do at the moment, so I think I want to try the maneuver again that we talked about last week. I got my grappling hook still with the rope. I want to see if I can get him. So, free action, drop shield.
Okay.
And then I will do my best.
Okay, so this is going to be an athletics check for you for your first turn. So you're just you're spinning that grappling hook on the rope and trying to throw it towards the Manticore. Give me that athletics check.
No, it's not happening tonight, guys.
Oof.
The worst roll.
True.
It's true. So, you did try to get that Manticore. You throw as high as you can, but like the Manticore is flapping and flying there. He sees the grappling hook coming towards him, and he just kind of banks a little bit and is able to dodge.
You know what? That's fine. Then I'm gonna grab one of the javelins from my back for second action, and third action, try to throw it. See if I can hit it.
Okay. So this is going to be your second strike. So, because remember, athletics check is an attack action technically.
Okay, gotcha. Where's it? There it is.
Second action to draw the javelins. Third action to throw.
14 again.
And
I'm all about the 14s.
Yeah. Basically the exact same arc that you threw the grappling hook. The javelin goes the same way up and then down again and just thunk in the ground. You're basically playing lawn darts right now.
I am nothing but if consistent. You know?
That is true. That's it for your turn, and the Manticore is up next. The Manticore does not like people throwing things at him, and so I feel like he's going to use his first action to do a spike volley.
We wouldn't throw things at it if it was on the ground.
So true.
Just saying.
Yeah, no, I get that. I
doesn't
understand
like that,
your
then.
logic. I understand the logic. Unfortunately, the the Manticore is not really interested in your opinions. And so they're going to be throwing 2 of these spikes. One of them is going at Kikiro, and one of them is going at Draven. That one's at Kikiro with a 15. Nat 1, that's a failure. The second one, however, is a 29 to Draven.
Will crit.
That will crit.
Mm.
28 points of damage.
Rest in peace.
We're still standing.
What the hell?
Hell yeah.
You're technically already immobilized, so I don't need you to. You can't be more immobilized. You're just immobilized. That's the first action. Second action, that was 9 spikes being thrown. Second action, it's going to launch another spike at Draven. 16 to hit.
That will miss.
That will miss. I guess that last hit, you take it and you kind of turn a little bit from the recoil of that critical hit, and that's enough for this last spike to go flying over you and miss. Let's see. Where do I want to do? Yeah, I think it is going to be it for him. He's not going to use his third action to do anything more than to move. He's going to be flying 5, 10, 15. Right about there. That's it for his turn. And next up, we have Malachi. Malachi, you are currently hiding in the tall grass, or hidden.
Sometimes you gotta pop out and show him. So I'm gonna pop out and show him my gun, which I shoot him with. How's the 25?
I mean, I feel like a 25 is pretty good. That's going to hit.
5.
5 points of damage to the Manticore. You line up your shot. You're just kind of waiting there. You see it starting to bank and circle around your group. You aim, you fire, boom. And he takes the hit.
So how he's up in the air. So 5.
40 feet.
Okay. I think I'm just gonna try to shoot him again because he's not close enough for me to throw a bomb at. That one's at 14, just like Draven.
Yeah, unfortunately, that is going to miss.
Okay, so as my final action, I'm gonna hide again.
Okay, roll that stealth.
Get that stealth. So I think I'm down to 2 bullets in my gun right now. Click the right button. There we go. Stealth. That one's an 18.
Okay. You kind of just duck yourself down in the grass again, almost like Simba trying to stalk Zazu.
And it's doing a really good job.
Seems that way. Yeah, you are still technically hidden. Okay. Next up, we've got Kikiro.
Right on. So I just watched my friend take a very large chunk. So I'm going to pull out my Wand of Healing, the Wand of Heal.
Yep.
For one action, and then spend 2 actions casting the heal from it. Find the button for it. That didn't help at all. There's a first level heal which I happen to have on hand. There's no button for it.
No button?
It is a 1 action heal, but I know it is. I have it prepped so I can see that it is 1d8 plus 8 healing at 30-foot range.
Looks like on the sheet it shows no uses remaining.
Yeah, I clicked the button for use. It just
but
didn't do
work.
anything when I did that.
That's a shame. I'll take a look at that, see if I can figure out
So
how to make it work.
Weird, but heal is 1d8 plus 8.
Yeah.
Healing for Draven. 34. So Draven, you get that much health. That is 3 actions.
Thank you. It's so generous. I appreciate it.
Love it. Maiko, you're up next.
All right. I am going. I'm going to move first. Maybe. Hold on. Yeah, I'm going to go there. And then he's within range of my short bow, right?
What's the range on the short bow? Probably.
It's an amount. It is definitely a distance. How do I find out?
Should say on
there
the
it is,
item
60
itself.
feet.
There you go. Then
60
yes, you
feet.
can absolutely hit him.
All right. I am going to do that, but I am going to also do my confident finish. 21 to hit.
21 misses.
Okay, but hold on. Let me see something because I did my confident finisher there. It does something. So okay, I make a graceful attack, blah blah blah, make a strike. That would apply your precise strike damage with the following failure effect. It says on a failure, you deal half your precise strike damage to the target. This damage is the type. This damage type is that of the weapon or unarmed attack you used for the strike.
Okay, so go ahead and roll your damage. It's still going to take the half.
Nice.
So half of 5.
2.
Nice.
Damage is damage.
It's true.
Damage is damage.
You line up your shot, you shoot it, it grazes the Manticore's leg, drawing a little bit of blood and doing a little bit of damage.
Okay. I'm gonna go ahead and shoot him again. 15 doesn't hit.
15 does
That's
not.
it. And I believe I do not have panache now since I used one of my
That's
finishes.
correct.
I think that takes my panache.
That is correct. Okay. Next up is Saz. What you doing?
Yeah. Give me a sec. I have to do a little bit of a squared plus b squared. I don't think I'm within range. Come on.
It depends on what's the range of what you're wanting to do.
60 feet. It's within 53 feet of me.
There you go.
If it's 45 or 40 feet up.
It is.
Yep. So, yeah, I'm gonna do a 2-action elemental blast instead of the 1-action I've been using.
Okay.
Which just gives me a bonus to damage if I actually hit. And I need to remember how to roll. That, and then plus, I think it's +8, if I remember correctly.
Should be able to just click on the thing on your action tab.
It just does that. I don't have like an attack for it.
Melee or ranged impulse attack against the AC of the creature. Add your strength modifier to the damage. Yeah, it looks like you're just making a ranged impulse attack.
Yeah. What is my... What's my bonus for this? I think it's +7. It's +7. 18 does not hit.
18 does not.
Yeah, now I'm just gonna use my last action to hide, I believe it is.
Okay, that's making a stealth check.
That's my stealth. This is stealth. Roll. That's a 14. I'm not very hidden.
Okay, you kind of duck down and hide in the grass as much as you can, hoping that you're not going to be seen. That's the end of that round. Starting things off at the top of the next with Draven.
Alright, so we're still a little hurt, so first things first, we're gonna do lay on hands on myself. And then second action, pick up my shield. Third action, raise shield.
Fair enough. You heal yourself, you grab your shield and hold it up at the ready for that creature. And it is his turn. The Manticore is looking about. He is going to be using his Spike Volley action again, sending 2 spikes towards... well, let's see. Who's been shooting at him right now? There's been Maiko. There's been Malachi. Malachi actually hit. And
excuse me, Maiko hit too.
oh yeah, she did hit a little bit. A little bit. So I feel like this is going to be going at Maiko and Malachi.
Can he see me?
That's actually a good question.
Because he might have like a something or other.
Need to make a check here. I'm looking for it in...
Creature you're hidden from is off guard to you and it must succeed a DC 11 flat check when targeting you with an attack roll, spell, or other effect.
Yeah, and I'm trying to see whether or not it's just going to do it automatically. We're about to find out, though. Let's see here. It says that Malachi is hidden to a checker, flat 11. Like I did roll an 11, so he does see you. He rolled a 16 to hit.
16 does not hit me.
Not hit you. There you go. This is the one going towards Maiko. Ooh, that's a critical hit.
Oof.
Nat 20 for 34.
But I have this magic ring that means I don't get hit ever.
Yeah, that doesn't work. You're going to go ahead and take 14 points of damage. Low roll on that one. Dang.
That's what to say. That's not too bad.
No.
Casually looks up at the 28.
That's his first action. That was 2 more spikes. He sent 10 so far. I think he's going to be moving... Or he's going to send 1 more Spike Valley out. These are going at Maiko and Malachi again.
So I think he'll have to make that flat check again.
Probably. I'm going to see whether or not it happens. That one was at Maiko for a 13. That is a miss. Next one is going at Malachi. Let's see if it's actually going to work. Yeah, he rolled a 15. 22.
That hits.
13 points of damage.
Big owie.
12 spikes has been launched, and then the Manticore comes flying downward for his third action and lands right in the ground around all of you.
do some slapping with his kitty paws.
He's going to on his next turn, for sure.
Hi.
I wish he wouldn't.
Malachi, you're up.
It's right in front of me.
Me? Oh my god. Oh my god, he is right in front of me. Hold on, I gotta read what this does before I hurt everybody.
Oh no. Oh no.
Let's see. Looks like it might hurt some people. Oh dear. Oh no. I want to use it so bad. Okay. Well, first, I will simply step right there.
Okay. First action step.
And then I will... Oh my god, I don't even know what to do. And then I will stride over here. That seems like a good idea. I got, what, 2 bullets left in the chamber? Alright. I spin it, and I shoot him. That's a 24.
24 is going to hit.
God bless America. 4. And that's the end of my turn. Please don't turn to me, kitty. I'm good over here. I recommend y'all get away from that thing as soon as you can.
The Manticore roars in pain from the shot. It is now Kikiro's turn.
All right. Guys, in
Kikiro's
range.
also immobilized technically right now.
I am also immobilized.
Oh,
I'm not
actually,
gonna
hold on a second. We need to rewind a little bit because Malachi, you did get hit by that spike. So I need to look at that because I think you might not be able to move.
Oh, then I'm gonna redo my whole turn. Other
Let's
than
see
shooting him.
if the attack hits, the damage deals, but the target is pinned in place, rendering them immobile. So
Okay.
yeah, you would not be able to have moved that.
So then can we say I shot him with my first action,
yes, you can.
and then I draw my sword with my second action, and I hit him with my sword.
Go for it.
And he is, due to, I have a feature that is gonna maybe help me as soon as I find it. Sword and pistol. When you make a successful range strike against an enemy within your reach, that enemy is off guard against your next melee attack.
Nice.
That's a 9, so not gonna matter.
Yeah, not going to matter, unfortunately. But yeah, you're kind of stuck right there, pinned by those spikes. Maiko, did I hit you with the spikes too, or no?
Yeah.
I don't think I did. Yeah, then you are also.
Well, I'm
Hold
assuming that was spikes that you hit me with. You hit me with
Yeah,
something.
I did. I critted you on it. So yes, So you are also immobile. Just making sure I'm remembering to put those status things up. Now
I wish you wouldn't.
Now, Kikiro, it is your turn.
Right on. So I'm not going to try and remedy this immobilized problem yet, if at all. We're going to start by waving my hand and launching some lightning at this guy. An electric arc. The Manticore will need to make a basic reflex save.
Let's see.
Success.
Yeah, that is a success with a 24.
Still takes half of 6 damage.
3 points of lightning damage. You send that lightning bolt hurling towards the Manticore. It kind of grazes him a little bit.
And in the same motion, casting Glass Shield with my last action.
Love it. Throwing up that shield. Good call on that. Next up, we've got Maiko. You are immobile. You are pinned to the ground with those spikes. What are you doing?
Well, I mean, I really don't have much choice. I'm just gonna shoot him with my bow.
Well, I will let you know that to get yourself freed, you would be making an athletics check. Anyone can do that.
Okay, well, I will. Guess I'll do an athletics check.
It's up to you if you want to or not. You can also just shoot.
I'll
I'm just
do
letting
it.
you know.
I mean, I'll do it because my third shot's gonna be shit anyway. So, a 12. Does a 12?
Definitely does not.
So I'm still immobile.
You are still immobilized.
In here. Does a 25 hit him?
25 does hit him.
For a whole whopping 2 damage.
Hey, still 2 points of damage.
I'm assuming an 8 hits him too, right?
No, I'm afraid not.
Are you sure?
I know
You
it's
checked?
crazy, but yeah, it definitely does not hit.
Did you double check?
I triple checked actually.
Okay.
Just for you, dear.
Alright, well I guess that's it then. Why did it roll twice?
I have no idea. Zaz, you're up next.
It's my turn. It's in my face, isn't it?
It
Please
is
do
right up in
something.
your grill.
Punch
Yeah,
him.
I need to check a couple cone effects. All right, that's not going to hit
Probably
anyone.
Give him, just give him a kiss.
That one's
him a
not going
kiss.
to hurt.
Throw
my
him off
friends.
guard.
So I'm gonna take some of the metal that's orbiting around me right now, and I'm gonna kind of turn it into little, kind of metallic playing cards, and I'm gonna cast Shard Strike, or Abuse Shard Strike, or whatever I say. So it needs to make a reflex save. I think I can actually pop this stuff out. Yeah. Oh my gosh.
Wow.
Okay.
That's a
Oh,
32.
Yeah.
I feel like
think
that was.
saves.
I feel like that was rigged. That roll right there was rigged.
Extreme.
So, yeah, it doesn't take damage, because I guess these don't take half damage on save.
Well, let's see here.
It doesn't say it does, so
Not on a crit save.
Yeah, definitely not.
Uh,
Nope. Okay.
I don't.
So that
yeah.
was 2 actions. You still got 1 more.
That was 2 actions. I still got 1 more. I'm gonna step, I believe it is, to get out of its range.
Step is just a 5 foot, but it will
Yeah.
get you out of his range. Can you get rid of that little thing for me?
How do I do that?
There you go.
Hey, like that.
Thank
Got
you.
it.
Okay, top of the turn order. Draven, you're up. You are immobilized, and the thing is on the ground. What you doing?
All right, let's try to get out of this immobilize. So athletics.
Athletics check.
Why? 11?
11 is a
+8,
failure.
come on.
I live here now. I'm just gonna build a home around
I'm gonna
me. It's
die for
fine. Okay. Second action, pull out another javelin.
I
and
will
then-
also remind you all, you do still have 2 hero points left.
I'm good for now. We'll see. We'll see what happens next time. Yeah, pulling out second javelin and then just gonna throw it at it. Oh.
Yeah.
20. It doesn't hit.
20 does not hit.
Dang.
It's so close. You launch it and it impales the ground right next to where the Manticore is standing, but it's not a hit.
That's fine.
That's some good AC.
Yeah, he does.
It sure does.
Next off is the Manticore. The Manticore is looking at. It like kind of looks back at Draven, who threw and missed. It looks at Maiko, who actually did hit him.
I didn't hit him that much though. It was just like a little love tap, really. Kind of like a pat, you know, kind of a slightly aggressive pat.
Maiko's very intimidating, and I'm just like a little guy. So
Well, I don't want to use my an action to move right now. I want to use an action to attack.
I'm just like a widow guy.
You are just a widow guy, and that widow kitty is about to get smacked by a big kitty.
Oh no!
Oh, kind of like those videos you see of like the big mama cat just whacking the baby cat right on top of the head.
Yep.
Now listen, as
22.
cats, I feel like we should be able to talk this out.
He's
Meow 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 meow.
14 points of slashing damage.
I get the shit rocked out of me and I'm unconscious.
Fall down to the
I'm
ground
concussed.
unconscious. Okay, which I believe means you also go to the bottom of turn order.
Honk shoe. I'm sleeping. Take a little cat nap.
You are taking a little cat nap. What's that, Kikiro?
It's to right before whatever knocked you unconscious.
Right before whatever knocked you unconscious. But
Take that.
yeah, so that's going to be a little bit. The Manticore, as you drop to the ground unconscious, it roars in delight. It is then going to turn its attention towards the next two. I think he's just going to kind of do this thing where he jumps towards Maiko, attempting to bite. So second action is to step, third action is to attack.
That is a miss.
19's a miss. You see the Manticore coming towards you, and you're able to just kind of do one of those matrix dives backwards as it goes right next to you. This jaws snap where you were a moment ago, but misses. That's its turn. Kikiro, you're up next.
Right on. To do the exact same thing as last year, starting with the glass shield so I don't forget. So glass shield and an electric arc.
Yeah.
Reflex save.
Reflex save from the kitty. 23.
So it gets half of 6.
3 more points of damage as your electric arc goes soaring over its head. He's looking wounded, but not very. Maiko, you're up next. You are still immobilized.
Okay, well, I mean, like, he's just, like, right in front of me. I'm going to pull out my rapier. That's one action, yes?
Yep.
Okay, and then I'm going to swipe at him. I'm assuming 17 misses.
17 misses.
Oh, wait a minute. Can I re-roll that? I did the wrong... Oh, wait, no. Yeah, I did the wrong thing. I did my short bow. I don't know if it changes anything.
Does your... what's the modifier? Is the modifier the same? Probably, because it's both using
Oh, yeah,
dex.
+8, +8.
So
okay,
no matter
yeah.
what, yeah, it would be the same either way.
Okay.
So, no, that is a miss.
Damn it. Okay, well, here, I'm going to swipe at him again. 19?
Nope.
Alright. Well, that's all I got.
Yeah.
Well, you still technically have a third action you haven't used.
No, I pulled out my rapier.
Oh, that's right. You're right. My bad. You did. Right. Okay. Sorry about that. But yeah, that's it for Maiko. Zaz, you're up next.
Yes, it is I again. Wow. It has high AC and high reflex save, which means a lot of my stuff probably isn't going to hit. You know what? I'm going... I don't know if that's a good idea. It's not a bad idea. It's better than nothing. I'm going to use magnetic pinions this time. Trying something else. One of these things is going to work. So I get to make 3 attacks. They count towards my multiple attack penalty, but it doesn't take into effect until after I make the attacks. So here's 3 attacks.
All
Yep.
3 attacks count
Okay.
towards
Oh my
your
God.
multiple attack penalty. Yeah.
You can do it.
That's an 8. A 25.
Hey,
finally.
25. Well, hold
God
up.
bless America.
Let's see. All 3 attacks count towards your multiple attack penalty, but doesn't increase.
But it doesn't
after
increase
all the
until
yeah.
after.
Nice. Okay.
Yep.
Yeah, 25 is gonna hit.
So that's 1d4 bludgeoning and 1d4 piercing, which is a total of 6 damage.
Points of damage.
And then one more attack. 22.
22 just misses.
Just misses.
Mhm.
Want to use a hero
Okay.
point?
Still got 2 of them.
And Ashley redeemed one earlier. So we have 3.
I see that. Thank you, Ashley. You did redeem one, so we currently do have 3.
Yeah,
to you.
I'll use it, I guess. Sure, why
Yeah.
Go
not?
for it.
So that'll
Let's
bring
try.
it back to 2.
No.
Okay,
Bro,
Matthew.
that's fucked up.
Matthew. The point of the reason for the hero points is so you can roll better the
Not
second
another
time.
And-
That is true.
But yeah, with that little molten molten metal that is surrounding me dissipates, because this is an overflow, which means my channel elements is gone.
Okay.
I
All of
can
them
just
just
re-up
kind of
it.
drops. Love it.
Yep.
Okay, second. here. Bear with me one second, because I'm trying to figure out when Malachi is supposed to go.
It should be after me because I'm before the Manticore.
Yeah, but I'm just because you went unconscious before your turn. Does that mean you don't get your turn this round? Period. Is what I'm trying to figure.
Yes.
Correctly. Turn and wait.
I'm EP.
So yeah, it's just it looks like it just knocks you out for that one. So we're going back to the top of the turn order, which is Draven.
All right, let's get out of here. Try to. Oh god. No, 14 again.
You're you just grab that spike, you're trying to pull it out, but it is like barbed and embedded in your body and you cannot get it out.
Get out of here. All right. We'll throw another javelin. So. Draven's just gonna take a nap.
Don't you dare!
Can't roll for anything today.
That's rough, bro. That's rough.
It's fine. Ugh, that's the rope.
You still have one more action.
Raise shield. I'm gonna protect myself against.
I'm going to remind you, you dropped your shield, didn't you?
No.
Did you? Oh no, I mean no, you picked it back up. I remember. Never mind.
Yep.
Yeah, you can raise your shield. You're right. Malachi, you are currently unconscious. I need a death saving throw from you.
Will do. I posted in the Twitch chat. I said Malachi's dreaming that he's performing on stage at Coachella.
Yeah, well, I was about to ask you what's going through your head. So yeah, you're just on stage. I love it.
Yeah, he's like, that's my goal. I want to be so big and famous. Everybody knows me. Where is death save?
Should be on your.
Oh, there. I see dying. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, you should be dying.
Just click dying. Malachi already has
And then I think
prone,
there's a
so
recovery.
it's not been added again. I'm dying 1. Okay, here's the roll. Nope.
Oof.
So does that
Wow.
make me dying 2?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm dying 2.
Are dying 2. Once you hit dying 4, that is it, my friend. Next up, yeah.
I was gonna say, hey, Kikiro, are you able to help them any way by chance?
Gonna try.
Go rub some mud on them.
I'm immobilized 10 feet away.
It's rough out here right now.
It is
Just
rough.
reach really, really, like, just stretch really far and just, throw some mud at him.
Since I failed, the crowd at Coachella starts booing me.
Wow.
No.
Oh, vicious.
Ouch.
Or
Next up, we've got this wounded Manticore right there next to Maiko, who is immobilized. The Manticore just roars angrily and tries to take a bite out of you. Is a 32 a crit? I assume it is, but is
What
it
would be a
10,
crit?
10 over your AC?
No, it's 11 over.
So yeah, it is a crit.
Bye-bye.
ow.
The Manticore just lunges and latches onto Maiko, biting her. You hear Maiko cry out in pain as the Manticore just rips and shakes her back and forth in its jaws before dropping her to the ground. You are now unconscious and a dying one.
If it was a crit that did it, it's
2. It's 2. You're right.
Dang it, you're not supposed to remind him of that.
Yeah, because that was a crit. It is dying 2 currently. Let's see here. I gotta put the unconscious on you. There you go. That was its first action. Action number 2. It's going to turn and jump towards Kikiro, attempting to bite them. That's third action here. Uh, 23.
that hits. I'm probably going down too.
Another 23 points of damage. Yeah.
Yep. That would be my whole health bar. I'd shield block to 4. That's still dying.
Still dying.
This one is like so dramatic when you're dead. Like everything goes gray. It's like
Yeah, because it throws blinded on you.
yeah, I know. It's just like
Unless you do.
like I'm used to roll 20 where it doesn't do that, but now it's like
Mhm.
it's, like everything's gray. It's like it's dramatic.
The Manticore is hurt. He is looking pretty bloodied right now, but he is still up and has taken out 3 of our heroes.
Yeah.
Kikiro, or not Kikiro, Zaz, you're up next.
Wow.
Any heals?
What?
And oh man, it's Curse of Strahd all over again.
What is a kobold to do in this situation?
Run for your life. You don't even know us.
That's my first thought. Like, oh, this guy is cowardly and doesn't know any of these people. But I don't want to do that. I, as a player, don't want to do that. But like, all right. First thing I'm gonna do, regardless of if this little tiny lizard is gonna run away, is I'm gonna channel elements again.
Okay.
And I figured out how to apply to. Oh wow! Everything's here now.
Yay!
I figured it out, guys.
Congratulations. I'm so
Nice
proud
job.
of you.
Wow. Okay. Yeah. So metal aura is active again. I'm going with the same action. I'm gonna do a melee attack against this guy. Which does the same amount of damage because I have no strength modifier. So there's 2 different. Oh, I see. Natural 20.
Oh,
Nice.
big crits.
Let's
Hit him with the big
go.
crits.
I believe I hit this one. 8 points of, let's say, slashing damage.
Absolutely. Manticore's looking rough right now.
Yeah. Sure is, isn't he? Two more actions, which I can either spend to book it, or I could try to kill this thing. I guess I have. Well, sorry, this is tough.
Oh, Ham! Go stupid, go crazy, bro.
Yeah.
Go off,
Just
please.
hit him. Just hit him.
I believe in you.
Just wail on him.
Also, we did get a healing
Yeah.
surge for Kikiro.
Okay, love that. Yep, Dim Grey Wolf did redeem a healing surge for Kikiro. So Kikiro, you are going to be getting a 2d4 healing. 6 points of healing to you.
I mean, he's no longer immobilized because he died.
Nah, still probably immobilized.
What?
But the gods seem to be looking down at Kikiro in favor, and suddenly you just open your eyes and look about.
Alright, I think I'm gonna use my last two actions to do just another melee strike. Just gonna. Actually, that's only a +2 to hit, which means I can't hit unless I get natural 20. I believe that's how that works.
Actually, yeah, I don't even know if that would hit.
Yeah.
Unless it's always a hit.
Normal hit against it, I think.
Yeah, crit's always a hit no matter what.
Okay.
Sure. I mean, I got one. I don't.
What are the chances you'll get another?
You got 2 more
Is
actions.
Shard strike an attack?
Make it happen.
Yeah, that's one of the options I was thinking of. Shard strike, or I could run, but I'm gonna shard strike. I think. Let's be brave, Kobold. So, I don't think that will hit my friends. Correct?
Nope, looks like you're good.
All right. So it needs to make the reflex save. I can put that right there. 32 is definitely a success.
I
Did
have
the same thing
rolled
last
a
time.
shitload of crits today.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that's it for me. How do I delete word?
Draven, you're up
Don't wanna
next.
delete my-
Okay.
we go.
I swear. Let me see if I can get out of this. Because then I can actually do stuff. Maybe. 22.
22. You grasp onto that that spike, pulling as hard as you freaking can, trying to get out. But it stays in.
You liar. No.
Really?
You
Okay.
just missed it. It's a 23 athletics check.
Did you forget we're level 2?
Nope. This is just a creature
All
6.
right.
Dim Grey Wolf redeemed extra turn for Zaz.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, please.
Big money Zaz. Love that. So yeah,
I ain't doing nothing. Go ahead, please.
well, let's finish your turn, Draven, and then we're going to give Zaz their next turn.
All right, let's see. No. Okay. And then raise shield. Rinse and repeat. Nothing's working.
Fair enough.
Here.
Yeah, how many
Um,
times can you attempt the athletics check in a turn? Could probably just keep doing
3, technically.
Yeah.
Yeah.
it. That's not an attack, so.
Well, it is technically an attack. That's the thing.
Oh,
Athletics checks count as attacks.
that's lame.
Mm-hmm.
So it does suffer the penalty. Next, so go ahead, Zaz. You got an extra turn. What are you doing?
Yeah. I think second first verse, same as the first, honestly. Elemental Blast, melee style. 22 is a miss.
22 is a miss.
Shard Strike again. Do that.
6.
26
Would
makes
you
it.
stop?
Hey, it
Would
still
you
takes damage
stop
with that.
succeeding?
Does it?
Still takes damage?
It's a basic save, so it's half on a success.
Well, at least there's that.
Go ahead and
Oh.
roll your damage.
Sure. Yeah. It's 3 halved, so
Yeah, 1 point of damage to the Manticore. Every little bit helps. You're whittling away at it, and a couple of those little shards of metal kind of impale into its fur. It's looking rough. Not gonna lie.
Can I suggest the title of this episode be Bit by Bit?
I like it. That's it for Draven's turn. Malachi, death save.
Okay. I'm trying to win back the crowd. Nope.
It's a failure. You are a dead 3 right now. Maiko, I need a death save from you. On the upper left side of your character sheet.
Is it where it says recovery check? Because that's gray. It won't let me.
Because you
click
need to
it.
have dying 1.
Yeah.
So you probably didn't give yourself dying 1 when you went down. So click on dying.
And oh wait, now it's up to 3. No. What?
That's
Whoa,
too
whoa, hold on.
No.
Hold on, hold
You
on.
died!
Too many.
Right-clicking.
Help! Help!
I got it. I fixed it for you.
Settle
I think
down.
it's you right click to lower them.
Okay. Yeah, no.
That is a failure, so
Wow.
you are now at dying 2. Okay. Next up, Kikiro. By some twist of fate, you're conscious again.
All right, so we're gonna try and pull this spike out of me. If I succeed on it, I might be able to get Malachi back up.
It's a
I'll
hard one.
definitely die next turn, so. Oh
hey,
my
a
god.
27 should do it.
Yes, a 27 definitely does
Finally.
it. You grab
Feat
onto
of
that,
strength.
pulling as hard as you can. Like some of the meat of your tissue kind of rips away from the barbs of the spike, but it is out and you are able to move.
So I don't have the actions to stand up, move, and get them. So I have to crawl,
Yes.
do a little combat roll over, and then do some battle menace. Hopefully, be able to roll a 15
Oh my god. You're gonna fucking
on my
kill
treat
me.
wounds.
Could this kill me? If he
Theoretically,
fails?
yes.
No, battle menace, because it says
nope.
you restore the corresponding amount of HP. It doesn't say you also deal damage if you crit fail.
Please
If
don't
you
hurt me.
crit
So-
fail, it just breaks the thing. But yeah.
If you crit fail, you don't get it.
I mean,
but
you
you
can
don't
crit
lose it.
succeed.
Yes.
But I can crit
Please
succeed
crit.
also.
Yeah, please crit succeed.
Please.
That's
Thank you.
good too, though.
That's a crit succeed.
Thank
Hey.
you.
Wow.
Oh, it is.
18
Holy
points of health.
shit.
God bless America.
This
It's the
is
mod.
the only good rolls we've had so far.
I love this beautiful country. Malachi, upon awaking, will absolutely play dead. I am still dead.
You are still dead.
Quote unquote.
I don't move. I just slowly open my eyes, see everything around me, that it's still next to me, and then close my eyes again.
Yeah, there's Kikiro there that crawled over and started patching you up. There's Zaz, who's been shooting this thing with all sorts of different metal shards and whatnot. And that's who the Manticore is going after.
Yeah.
You.
That's all the actions I got.
It's going to take a swipe at you with its claws, Zaz.
Mm-hmm.
Rolling a
yeah, that definitely
24.
hits.
Is that a critical hit?
No, it's not.
Good
I
to
don't
know.
believe. It's 10 over AC.
10 over AC. So 13
Yeah.
points of damage for that first strike. It's going to come. It's focused on you right now.
Oh, that's not how to do that. Sorry, I'm trying to. Right, okay. Let's actually do math here. Sorry.
Well, while you're doing that,
third-
I just rolled another critical hit.
Yeah, that's definitely a crit. Yeah.
Yeah, you're a dead 2.
Yeah, I sure am, aren't I?
Yep,
That is-
you're just standing there. You get hit once, and the second swipe with a backhand just sends you flying to the ground. You are now unconscious.
Wait, Zaz, didn't you have adamantine armor?
No.
Okay, I'm gonna roll an intelligence check on the Manticore because
Cool.
I feel like there's a possibility it didn't really notice Kikiro moving since it's been so focused on everything. So I'm rolling a intelligence check. If I roll what's your stealth modifier, Kikiro?
That's down.
+1.
Okay, so it needs to beat an 11 to have noticed you. I rolled a 7. It did not notice you. So it then turns its head towards the remaining person who it thinks is up, Draven.
Yes,
and
yes,
it's
come
going
to me.
take a step towards you. The head is down. The wings are back and erect. It looks like it's coming up to finish the party, or at least it thinks that's what it's doing here. That's its last turn, or last action, so...
Do I get an opportunity attack?
No, because it made a step.
Oh, okay.
However, Zaz, you are now unconscious. I need a death save from you.
Me, yes, I believe it's right there.
Hey, success. Good job.
Wow.
Should have moved
The
him
first one.
before the Manticore.
I do need to move him. You're right.
The idea is so that they're the whole round moves before they have to make
Literally everything now is ahead of the Manticore. Top of the turn order is Draven. You're immobilized, but it has come right up at you, looking to finish you off.
Let's go.
Get him.
Drawing smoking sword. I'm gonna invoke the flames,
Love that.
Get out.
and it's still probably gonna be a 14. But let's see.
Oh my god, if it is, I'm gonna laugh.
I'm gonna cry.
I'll cry.
If it is, use a hero point.
26.
26
Wow.
hits.
Oh, good. Thank
Please.
God.
12 damage.
Draven.
Yes.
Your
Nice.
friends are all on the ground, bleeding out apparently. You're the last man standing from your perspective. This thing is coming towards you like Scar in the last scene from Lion King. You pull up your sword. Tell me how it looks as you kill this Manticore.
It is, I think, at this point, just pure primal, like a rage. So he's gonna rear back with this flaming sword and like scream as he lunges it through the Manticore's like jaw to skull. And like because he's yelling so much and invoking so much of Joy Rune, that the flame actually becomes almost like this black essence reminiscent of the deity, just burning as hot as it can.
Mm-hmm. And it just slices through that Manticore like a hot knife through butter, burning and smoking as you cleave it. The creature roars in pain and anguish before collapsing to your feet. It is dead.
Perfect.
Well done.
Thank you. Immediately, desperate prayer, run to Maiko and lay on hands.
Yeah, because you got the immobilized off already, so we don't need to worry about that.
I'm still pretending to be dead.
Maiko, you got 6.
Nice. Thank you so much.
With that, Maiko is awakened. Malachi would technically be in turn order. I mean, we're kind of out of turn now, but
I'm gonna use my turn to cough up some blood and then have a final breath and die. I'm dying.
Zaz is still dead. Is still unconscious.
Yeah.
Ashley and did the healing surge thing.
Oh, I see the healing surge. Thank you. We'll go ahead and apply that to Zaz.
Wow.
4
Take
points
that.
of healing to you, Zaz. The gods are looking down on you with favor, and you feel a little bit of their warmth as a little bit of healing surges through your body, waking you up.
I am just laying on the ground, exhausted and in so much pain.
Fair. And I think this is also an excellent opportunity for us to pause and take, because we're kind of close to our break time anyway. So we're going to do that. Well done, everybody. You have defeated the Manticore. Up, Maiko?
Can I have like the? Am I still? What is it? Like spiked to the ground? What is that? Immobilized? Am I still immobilized?
I mean, technically yes, but I assume you're going to take a moment and deal with that. So when we come back from break, everyone will have been able to pull the spikes out.
Okay. Good.
Just to make life a little. So we will be back in about 10 minutes, folks. When we return, we will find out what our heroes are getting up to now that the Manticore. Stay tuned. Howdy, everybody. We are back. I was this close to TPKing this party of Pathfinders, but Draven came in clutch, killed the Manticore, and everyone has now been revived at least a little bit. You're all hurt. You're all severely hurt, for the most part. But you are alive. The Manticore is dead. So, what do you all want to do?
Malachi sits upright in the grass and goes, "All right, who did we lose?" Look around.
Draven's the only one standing.
Yeah, Draven's standing over the thing, like covered in blood, like panting. So yeah, I feel like I do like an inventory and see like everybody's alive, which thank God. And then I'll say, well, Kikiro, I can't thank you enough for patching up my wounds. Took me a little while to get up though. Is what it is.
That was not a dragon.
Well, you know, it was real hard to see because it was pretty far away. So I did the best I could with what I had. So, and I did tell you to duck. I did tell you to duck, which would still work even if it weren't a dragon. So, and y'all did not duck.
Do you think he already ate Zormunder? Do we
I
not
was
have to do
just
him?
thinking that. Like, that would be
Oh.
amazing if we found his bones out here. I think we should probably check on that.
All right, so should we do a necropsy on the Manticore to see if we can find the remains of Zormunder and its intestines?
I'm kind of. Are we about to take a rest? Or are we gonna just heal up and soldier on?
Well, I will remind you, it is still early in the afternoon.
Yeah.
It's probably about 4 o'clock at this point.
So we probably just want to heal and move on. We also don't want to lose Zormunder's trail if he has not been eaten by the Manticore, of course.
Can anybody do a quick necropsy on it?
Just
Cut it
slice
open
the belly
the belly.
open.
I mean, do we really want to?
Well, considering Draven's clothes are already covered in blood, I think it would be easiest for him to do it.
I mean, this is what Draven used to do before he came here, so that's fine. It's fine.
While he's doing that, I'm gonna drink the singular healing potion I have and get up to 8 more hit points.
Ooh, 7.
Oh, 7. That's not bad
I
at
also
all.
have a healing potion, and I have an elixir of life. What's the elixir of life do?
I'm curious because I also had a healing and elixir of life, but they are missing, so it's fine.
Uh-oh.
Elixir of life, you get a 1d6 hit points and a +1 item bonus to saving throws against diseases and poisons for 10 minutes.
Oh, so maybe I save that one for when I think I'm gonna drink some poison.
Okay, well, while
Yeah.
you're all kind of sitting down and drinking some potions and checking yourselves out, and Draven is heading over to the body of the Manticore to start doing an autopsy. I've just awarded you all experience for not only the combat but the role play that you did last session, because I forgot to do that since we were in the middle of battle. So everyone's getting 250 experience points for this difficult battle, plus the role play from earlier.
Or
Thank you.
Huzzah.
Draven, in the past, I've given you a kiss for saving me from a near-death experience, but this time I think I might have actually died, so I'm gonna do you one better. I think I'm gonna write a song about you.
You just ducks behind the Manticore and you're and gets to work.
All Draven says is, "Oh."
So
Malachi pulls out a notebook.
you're checking out the Manticore's belly, I guess is what you're doing. Like you're just pulling it out to see whether or not parts are in there.
Yeah.
Just give it one big slice and let it all spill out, and then see if there's any gnomish bones in there.
He can't do that. Owen would be so disappointed in him. He
Come
got so much
on.
training and
We don't really have the time to waste for all that scientific bullshit.
okay.
Well, this is what you're making for me is a perception check. You are investigating the insides of this creature. Although I will also say that survival would probably fit for this, so you can do survival instead if you.
Can I roll perception to look at it?
What's that, Kikiro?
Could I maybe help him with my medical knowledge?
I would say that that would absolutely come into play. So why don't you go ahead and make that medicine check first, see how well you help. For that 15. Because they just changed it from 20 to 15.
Yeah, 19 beats 15.
It does. So you can add a +1 to this check, Draven.
Let's see. 24.
Very nice. You you take your sword and cut through the belly, letting all of the stuff kind of spill out onto the ground. the intestines, the stomach's kind of hanging there. You kind of feel a little bit, and there's not a whole lot in the belly itself. It actually seemed like it was probably hungry. But as you're feeling along, you do feel something in the digestive tract. It's kind of hard. You're squishing it in the intestine, and it's kind of hard. You have to take your knife and cut that open, and you find a small brass ring with a etched rune on it.
Ooh.
Ooh. Well, did anybody see this ring on a certain Zormunder?
I just remember the wand he had. I don't remember much else.
Well, I'm sure that's not important.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
You said it was a ring, right? I'm gonna just, if it's a ring, I'm just gonna grab it.
I mean,
jewelry.
it's currently in my hand. And
Oh, is it in your hand?
Yeah.
Draven snagged it.
It's. If you want, I haven't looked at it.
I'm gonna really be eyeing it, but you know, if you got it, I'm sorry. I got distracted. Sorry.
Well, does somebody want to try to identify it now, or do we want to just head on our way?
Probably do so.
So who needs heals still? Because if I get 10 more minutes, I can 10 minutes heal, 10 minutes heal. So if need be.
I mean, I'm willing to give you 10 more minutes because I'm still less than half.
I'm doing
at
pretty
4
all
hit
right.
points.
And I can be treating wounds while we're doing that too.
All right.
Yeah, I'm at 13 of 30, so I would definitely not say no to healing.
In that case, I'll look at the ring. Y'all are sitting there. Everybody's healing or getting healed. What do I roll?
Hold on. I'm putting it in the loot table. So you should be able to just click that little question mark next to it on the loot table. Right, I did.
The nature of this ring is unclear. Question mark just quotes it.
So true.
Oh, you know what? There.
Yeah, there we go. Nature,
I
religion.
have to do that.
I think I'm bad at all of these. Oh, I do got some nature.
You have to be trained in one of those 4 skills to be able to roll.
Oh, well, in that case, I can't do anything. I just look at it. Can I try to determine if it's worth a decent amount of money? That's all.
Do you have an appraisal skill or anything like that?
No, we've done this before.
Yeah,
What do we do? Society?
I feel like society would work.
15.
Well, let's see here. So the ring is, I'm going to say that now that I'm actually looking at it, I'll just say what it actually. Okay, here we go. Yeah, the ring, it's rose gold. Now that you're actually looking at it, it was covered in blood and gunk for earlier, so you're gonna have to clean it off and take a look at it. It seems like it's made out of rose gold. There are these kind of horn-looking protrusions out in the center of it. They're kind of carved a little bit. You're estimating it's probably if this is just the gold itself is probably worth maybe about 20 gold. But the fact that it's ornate, you can see a rune on it. Chances are it's probably worth a lot more than that, just of the nature of the thing.
All right, I cleaned it off for somebody. Hand it.
I'm trained in Arcana. If you want me to try to identify.
I look at Draven, and I'll lean into him and say, "Can we trust this little kobold with some valuable merchandise?"
And a big hand slowly comes up with a shh. Focusing. Shh.
All right. So then I think in my head, Draven did say I should be nicer to people. So I will reluctantly give the ring to Zaz.
I'm gonna finally actually sit up. And I will attempt to identify if I can. Do that.
That I did redeem myself a villain point for today's session. So now I am up to. That is a failure. You try to figure out what that ring is, but its nature is eluding you.
Yeah, I don't know.
I give it back.
Okay, here you go.
I take it back.
What is it?
Do you find that in the Manticore? That's kind of gross.
Yeah, it's kind of whack.
Mm.
This and nothing else. Poor guy.
So what are the rest of you all doing? Patching yourselves up or what?
Like I said, I gotta spend 10 minutes to refocus, and then
Okay.
I can give 6 HP to people. So
Gotcha. You've
Give-
been waiting for about 10 minutes while this has been going. Anybody
Yeah.
else?
So focusing.
I can't hear you, Kikiro.
I'm also refocusing in that 10 minutes.
Got it. Okay. Well, 10 minutes have passed. Malachi is done looking over the ring and he gave it over to Zaz. Zaz tries to take a look at it during that 10 minutes time and cannot figure it out. So your focus points are back.
Wonder. Who's up first?
I feel like y'all are set up right next to who you need to be set up next to. Because Maiko needs healing. Zaz needs healing.
It sure do.
There you go, Maiko. 6 guaranteed healing. I will also try to treat wounds here in a second, but
Treat my own.
Yeah, Kamiko gave me many heals, and I drank a potion, so I'm almost back at max.
Who are you trying to heal, Kikiro?
That was me.
Fair enough.
So I failed on myself. Cannot try again.
Yep. Yeah. So, Manticore is now just kind of big old piece of meat on the ground, cut open and that sort of thing. Flies are beginning to buzz around it. What's the plan here, everybody?
Did I get any healing?
Not yet.
not yet.
If I-
Come here. Let's see what I can do. And I will attempt a medicine check or to do the heal.
I'm hurt a lot.
No,
Oh, stop!
Oh
no,
my
stop it!
God.
Stop!
I got
no,
blood in my
no.
eyes. I'm so sorry.
Listen.
I'm too focused
All
on
right,
healing,
all right.
not on healing.
Little guy, does this little guy need a health potion or something?
I'm on 4 hit points, so probably.
I was gonna save this for a better time, but I do have an elixir of life. It's probably not gonna do much for you, you know, and I did want to keep it. But if you need it, then I guess you can probably have it.
Well, I mean, if we don't get to any more fights, I might not need it, but you know.
Do I still have any of that salt water that heals you and also gets you drunk?
I
don't know
feel
if
like
I
you
do.
drank it that one time.
I feel like I did drink it. I tried to drink it a second time and it didn't work.
Yeah. Correct.
Yeah, that's about the best I can do for you, little man. I start to grab the elixir of life potion very slowly. But eventually I hand it out to you.
Okay, thank you.
Now please don't waste it or something.
Anybody want to attempt to do medicine checks on anybody?
I think you have to be trained, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, because I can't do it.
I mean, we can
can't
try
either.
again, but we did just fail. So how long does it take between medicine checks?
It's like you have to do once per hour. Or
Yeah. Yeah.
so you can do it to each person, but after that you have to wait.
Yeah. Yeah, so you guys should try to do it to each other, like Draven and Kikiro, or
I'm currently immune. So I tried to treat my own.
okay.
Delioth, your mic is just barely picking you up. I don't know
Is
if
it?
move it closer to you or something, but like it's like I'm hearing you from the other side of the room.
Oh, is it any better now?
Yes.
Yeah, right now
Perfect.
it is. But if you talk low or something, it's not.
Oh,
picking
yeah.
up.
I did just turn my gain up, so
Okay.
it should be a little bit better at least.
Perfect.
But
Okay,
yeah,
well-
couldn't Draven and Kikiro try to heal each other? And then I think that would be everyone.
Well, I think you can only happen to you once.
Oh,
and then
I
you
see,
have
okay.
to wait. Yeah.
So I'm
Okay.
currently immune.
Yeah.
I
I
think
see.
Draven's not immune, and I don't think
That's
Maiko's immune either.
Yeah.
Or Malachi.
I mean, if somebody wants to touch me, you can. I wouldn't say no. I just don't really need it right now.
I guess I'll try to heal. Where'd the heal?
Oh man, who was this?
That's
There you go.
for Maiko.
For Maiko. Nice.
Maiko. Nice.
Perfect.
All right, I'm pretty well good then.
Okay.
Like I
Could use a
but
lay on
28
hands
is
if you
fair.
got it.
Give me 10 minutes and then it's yours.
All right, so we stand here for 20 minutes. We take a quick 20 minutes to patch up our wounds, and then we're gonna get on the road.
Okay. So you're waiting another 10 minutes. You're resting. You bandage yourselves up as best as you can. You've gotten another focus point back, Draven. If you use it.
Obviously, I reload my gun during this time and smoke 2 cigarettes.
There you go, Kikiro.
What's this elixir of life thing you gave me or whatever?
Can I guess I can put it in the loot table. Elixir of life. Okay, it's in the loot table. You can now take it
Okay.
and then use it. It's going to give you 1d6, so probably not much. And then your advantage on
Yes.
poison or disease throws for 10 minutes. So eat everything you see.
Oh, I'm a kobold. I already do that.
Yeah, so start eating the Manticore for sure.
Yeah, you want to eat the Manticore? Are you doing anything with the Manticore now that it's like laying there?
Oh, listen. Does he have iconic body parts that might be worth money? Like, I don't know, little horns or teeth or something?
Make a
Boss?
survival check.
I'll just yoink all that shit. Survival. Come on, roll. That's a 6. He's a big kitty like me.
Yeah, he's a big kitty. You know, I mean,
I don't know.
there's
Just something feels real
wings,
wrong
there's-
about it.
There's the pelt of the thing. I mean, it does
Yeah, I
have
ain't that
claws. It
crazy.
does have teeth, but like you're not sure whether or not they're valuable or anything like that. Oh, it has a scorpion tail too. That's kind of cool, but like you're
Wait
not
a
sure
minute.
if it's valuable or.
Is there poison in the scorpion tail? Ooh, can I cut the... Where's the poison held in a scorpion's tail? Is it at the tip? If it's at the tip, I want to cut that off. We need a Google fact check.
Yeah, Yeah, no idea. Well, so the tail, it kind of reminds you of a scorpion, other than the fact that it had tons of spikes all up in it, like almost like a barbed. It's like super barbed and stuff like that. So there's a bunch of spikes in there. It only has like 1 or 2 left.
Oh, those were the immobilizing spikes, but they didn't
were.
poison us.
No, they did not.
Okay. Pretty cool spikes, though. Can I take the spikes?
Yeah, you probably could. There's a dozen in total.
Yeah, I'm gonna collect a few of those bad boys.
They were in your friends' bodies at one.
I prefer the ones directly from the monster. If there's
Like-
2 on the monster, I'll take
2 on
those.
the monster.
The other ones are used. You know, it's like an empty card. So
fair.
I'll just add that to my inventory.
Okay. Well, then let's say it's been another 10 minutes. So anybody who's been focusing up can have another.
Thanks.
This is too much. We need to go.
Yeah, you've been here for about 30, 40 minutes so far.
I'm ready when y'all are.
All right, we gotta move on.
Pocket the 2 spikes, and I assume somebody takes the ring with you. It's still in the loot table, so someone can take that.
Yeah, I'll take it.
Other than that, we'll all gather up together once again and continue on out. You've been following the trail of Zormunder this entire time. However, you're in the middle of the grassy plain. Just killed a Manticore. I need somebody to make that survival check again, or a perception check, either or. Whoever's leading this next phase of the investigation needs to make that.
I have a very good perception, and I have not been very hurt, so maybe I was just like walking around and
Sure.
you know, I'm ready to take the charge.
Yeah.
Here goes nothing. Unless anybody's gonna help real quick.
I'm gonna give Zaz another healing
Fair enough.
lay on hands. Oh, and then
Could I help with perception?
Well, I rolled a 21.
You kind of scan about Malachi, looking for that trail that you had been following previously. You have to kind of dig through the tall grass a little bit, but you hadn't moved a lot from the trail you had been following, so it does not take you long to find it once again. It seems to be
This way.
continuing south towards the coast.
All right, we head south.
You continue following the trail, looking cautiously, watching for those little footprints, the breaks in the grass, any signs that tell you that you're on the right trail. While that's going on, Malachi is obviously taking the lead and leading the trail. What is everybody else doing for this exploration time?
I kind of liked the idea of what we were doing last time before we were so rudely interrupted. So I will still be doing the detect magic as we're walking.
Okay. When you cast detect magic, you do notice that there is a new signature of magic about.
Oh.
The ring. The ring for sure.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Good to know.
Zaz, what are you doing?
I believe. Sorry, I'm reading through the exploration activities again because I've forgotten. I think I would just search, I suppose.
Worked last time.
I believe that's what I was doing last time.
Yeah, I think you found like the fire pit and everything.
So yeah, that's what I'll do.
What about everybody else?
I'll be keeping watch and scouting.
Like it. Go ahead and make that perception check for me. Malachi, you're taking the lead. Maiko,
I'm thinking-
what are you doing?
I'll probably go back to fox form and stealth. Give another surprise advantage.
Okay. Go ahead and make that stealth roll. Okay. Well, so your group is continuing on following the trail. Malachi in the lead, Kikiro keeping a careful watch on the horizon, looking probably for another Manticore coming flying towards y'all. Let's be honest. While the rest of you are doing your part to keep the team together. It takes you another hour or so of walking, following this trail, and you see that as you're following it south, it does kind of start to veer off to the southeast a little bit. You're getting closer to the edge of the continent at this point, and I described it last session, but I'll do it again. This part of the continent of Coltrast is kind of like the northern coast of Great Britain. How it's really tall and cliffs, and then there's nothing but water right up against it. You can see the ocean from your perspective, and after walking and following this trail about the hour, it does seem to be curving to the southeast, and it seems to be going along in the direction of the coast, but not getting too close to it. You eventually get close enough that you're probably a good maybe maybe a quarter of a mile away from the coast as you're following this trail, and it is seemingly leading more to the east, following that coastline. The topography also is beginning to slope downward and descend. The ground seems to be it's all grassland. It's really all grassland, and you can kind of see over the cliff edge, and you can see the water and all of that. Now, Kikiro, you have very good vision as a bird, and as you're walking along, you see something in the distance on the horizon, on the ocean's horizon. At first, it's just like kind of a speck, and you don't really pay too close attention to it, but it's still there. And as you're getting closer to the cliff side, you're continuing to look out on that, and it keeps catching your eye, and eventually, when you get to the closest point, you're like a quarter of a mile away from the coast. You can see the edge line of it, and as you just kind of pause for a moment and look out onto the horizon. It looks like a ship. It's very far away. You're seeing just that tiny, dark little ant of a motion there. But it's definitely there. There's a boat pretty far out. It's got to be a good 30, 40 miles away. You're seeing it because you're so high up. Your perspective is just right, so you're able to catch it. And with that 26 perception, you are able to see this thing.
Am I able to tell if it is coming towards the coast or away from the coast, or just the same distance as we're going?
We're going to say that you've been spending some time watching this, which allows you to get that perspective. It's definitely going away from you. It is getting smaller and smaller, and it seems to be heading in a southern direction.
That's interesting. I'll tell my friends about it. I feel like we can put 2 and 2 together.
Wait, are you saying this is Zormunder escaping on a boat that's very far away and heading further away?
I
'Cause
mean,
that's the worst news I've ever heard.
that would be my inference.
Is there any way we can know for sure? I guess we'll see if his trail leads us to a dock somewhere or an inlet.
I'm sure there's people around the docks, some ship master, whatever they're called, that would know
Yeah, I guess we can ask questions and see.
if they would be willing to give you guys such information.
Oh, we got a
don't know
great
much about-
reputation.
How far away did you say the boat
Okay.
was?
I believe you.
Like, difficult to tell, but 20, 30 miles away. Like, Kikiro is literally seeing it on the
Miles?
horizon, and it's getting smaller and smaller over the last hour you've been walking.
Never mind then. Okay. Never mind.
Well, there is a chance, of course, that is Zormunder on that boat, but I don't think that should get us all discouraged. I think we should keep going like we were going, following the trail, and if he did get on that boat, we can at least maybe ask some questions if there's people around or find some evidence of it and go back with some intel.
Well, I mean, I was just gonna try to find a way to light an arrow on fire and shoot it at the boat, but it's too far away.
Yeah, I would say 30 miles is a bit too far.
That'd be an
just a tiny
impressive
bit.
shot.
You got the shot of the gods if you can shoot an arrow 30 miles.
But
one day
I'd
I
be asking you what you've been doing with that Manticore, because
Oh, no.
What have I been doing?
I feel like you train hard enough. We might just get there. But anyway,
Maiko succeeds, but it's a boat of orphans.
Oh no!
That'd be a
Oh,
range
no.
increment of like 30,000 feet.
All right, I say let's keep on moving on.
Sometimes you just got to keep on keeping on. I get it.
Yeah.
Well, continue following the trail. I'm not going to make you roll again for this. And the topography of the landscape is starting to slope downward. As you're following this trail, you can see that up ahead in the distance, the cliffside does level out with the water, and there is a small shore that's beginning to form up here along the path. Now, if you go and look in, where is it? In the journal, there is a map under the barony of Coltrast, but unfortunately, I just realized it didn't load properly because I just updated Foundry. Bear with me 1 second as I redo. So one thing I forgot to check. There we go. You should be able to see it now. It's under Party Handouts, Barony of Coltrast. You kind of just did this long sort of loop where you went north into the woods and circled around to the west and then started going south, and you're starting to come back along the coast towards Woodpine. You're about a half day's journey away from the village, and in the distance you can kind of see a little bit of like the smoke coming up from that area, but you can also see that the coastline is starting to level out and is actually becoming a sandy coast. The trail seems to be heading in that direction. and you do continue to follow it, going down the hill, past the cliffs, and start making your way towards the sandy beach. It takes you about another hour or so to get to the point to where you are, and the sun, while it's not setting, it is about 5 o'clock in the evening. Sun is beginning to dip a little bit over the horizon. It's not getting too close. You got a few hours left, sunlight left. You're fine, but it is getting towards the evening when you make it to the shore. The trail seems to go directly to that, and once you get past the cliffside and start seeing the sand, you can see that there are footprints in the sand. Singular ones, very small, gnome-sized, telling you that you are on the right path. You can see that there's also a little indentation every so often, almost as though he's using a walking stick or something as he's walking. As you continue to follow it, you're all making your way onto the sand, and the trail does lead directly to the beach. You can see when you get to where the sand and the ocean meet, there are a lot of footprints. There is a big, large groove that's kind of V-shaped and cut into the sand from the water line itself up about 6 or 7 feet past the shore, almost as though something was dragged up onto the beach and then pushed back again. There's lots and lots of footprints and that sort of thing. But you don't see any sign of any people. You don't see any sign of, there's no dock or anything like that. Mm-hmm. You kind of look down the coast, and the coastline does go on for a ways and eventually does come towards Woodpine. And actually, the elevation starts rising again, probably a couple miles out. So this is just a very small inlet shore.
So
does that make sense?
Presumably, he moored his boat inside this inlet with a crew operating it while he was doing his work. He fled with this crew out to sea. That's what I'm getting.
True. We can take a moment and see if they accidentally drop something or left things here, something that might point us where they went.
Does the water look dangerous? Like big waves or is it like chill beach vibes?
I mean, it's not like super, super huge waves. Like, this is not a surfing point by any stretch of the imagination. If that makes sense. So yeah, it's not really
some chill beach vibes.
Yeah, for the most part.
Malachi takes his shirt off. And takes his pants off. And takes his hat off. And it's like, I'll go check in the water, and I go swim.
Fair enough. So Malachi, you all watch Malachi just strip down to his skivvies and go running towards the water. What are the rest of you doing? I heard someone said they want to investigate. Is that right?
Yes.
I'm investigating just in the water.
We all know you're just playing in the water. Don't even lie.
Yeah, Malachi's vibing and having a really good time.
Yeah. I mean, if you want to make a check as well,
see
these
if I
are perception.
Step on something, you know.
Sure. So anyone who wants to search, make a perception check for me.
Double 17s.
Kikiro, so close.
Yeah, you almost had the triple 17s, and then we should buy a lottery ticket.
Okay. You're beginning to search through the sand. Malachi's diving into the ocean and swimming about, looking for anything. Most of you don't find anything beyond the footprints and the big gouge of the sand. Maiko, however, with your 26, you have been very thoroughly detail searching the area around where presumably the boat was moored and then pushed off again. You find two things. The first thing you find is a small pouch, just a fabric pouch with a leather cord that's kind of half buried in the sand. The second thing you find is a small leather cord that's also buried in the sand. You pull it out and look and pull on it, and there is a small brass gear wound through the cord. You've seen these before. The kobolds and the goblins and and the dwarves and everybody else who had been working for Zormunder were all wearing these.
Does it look like the gear necklace that I also put on like at some point? Cause I'm wearing a gear necklace.
You are. You have one of them, and they're very, very similar. Almost identical. The bag that you find, the pouch, has 10 gold pieces and 20 silver pieces.
Cool.
Which I will add to the sheet. That's about it.
I think Zaz has a question, by the way.
Mm-hmm.
Did Malachi drop his gun with his all of his clothes?
Well, I can't get the powder wet.
Yeah. So I think Zaz is kind of curious about the gun.
Oh
Because
my
he hasn't really
god.
seen one up close. So he kind of wants to look at it.
Yeah.
He's not doing this stealthily. He's doing it in view of everyone.
Well, I imagine everyone's busy right now. Excuse me.
Yeah.
Yeah, you do it while I'm under the water, having a little dive.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I see you drop your clothes in the gun and you go underwater. I'm like,
Interesting.
So Malachi, this is actually an excellent opportunity for you to describe for Zaz what he sees when he takes your gun out of the holster.
Oh, sweet. Okay, so this is a handcrafted weapon. It is long barreled. I don't know if you've ever seen a Lamat revolver, but it's a pretty big revolver with a real long barrel. And it's what's like the cartridge that holds all the bullets. It's bigger than average. And if you open it up, that's because it has 6 regular bullets and 1 shotgun shell in the middle. I imagine it's like black and gold, or at least like maybe a real dark wood on the handle. And then all the metal is like a kind of dusty gold. I imagine it probably has like some etchings in there, maybe like leaves or something. Obviously a very special weapon. It's beautiful. And I would say as you hold it, it's like it resonates with energy because it's not just like a normal gun.
all right.
And I would say, without making you roll a lore check on this, you would definitely recognize the craftsmanship on this. This, I mean, let's be honest. The reason you went to go work for Falderal is the fact that he is the only person in Loroupa who makes these things. It's his invention.
Yeah.
He designed guns. He invented them.
Mhm.
He's the very first one. And you can tell that this is a Falderal make. But
Oh, I will say Malachi made it, but you can recognize Falderal techniques.
yes.
Because I did definitely make this gun myself.
Yeah,
It's
but
bound to me.
but it is of that make, that design. You've seen similar things, though this is a little bit more elegant. Like Falderal, when he makes his stuff for the Kingdom of Coltrast, a lot of what he makes is for the soldiers are much more basic in design. They're made so that an idiot can use it. This, however, like, it's kind of art. It's definitely a collaboration of the techniques that you've seen Falderal do, but this is more personalized.
I think he would try to, study the craftsmanship without taking the thing apart, obviously. And because I feel like Zaz didn't get much experience with around the firearms, because he's just a little kobold. So he's trying to just kind of figure out how the thing works right now.
Okay, that's going to be either a crafting or a lore check.
Definitely, if I notice this, I want to do something.
Well, we're going to get to that point.
I know, I'm just saying.
Let's roll that. Let's roll that. Nope. That's an 8.
Difficult for your little mind.
Yeah, so you've sat down. Everybody else is going through the sand. Malachi's under the water. You sit down. You have the gun on your lap. You take out all of the bullets out of the out of it, and you're like you've taken the chamber off, and you're starting.
Well, I didn't want to take it apart.
Well, it comes off. Like you have to open it up to unload it. I'm not saying that you're taking it apart, but you have it open and you're looking at it. You've removed the bullets. You're examining the thing, and it's incomprehensible to you. This is like not anything you've seen Falderal make before, and you certainly don't know enough about the mechanics of it. But you can still appreciate the beauty. But about this time, Malachi, you haven't found shit underwater, and you are needing air, so you've come up for air, and your head breaks the surface, and you do one of those, Fabio things where you're throwing your hair back and forth and all that. And then as you stand up, you look, and in the distance on the shore is that kobold sitting there crisscross applesauce with your open gun in his lap.
Goddamn little bastard. I would raise my hand out of the water and then manifest Soulforged armament to summon it in my hand.
Like you don't see Malachi, you're just looking at the gun and suddenly
but definitely like in the air. I don't know if it still has bullets in it. So then I'm swimming with one hand back to the shore going, "You little bastard, I should have known." I could not
Wait, hold on.
We're nothing about going through people's things.
I just wanted to look at it. Why don't you
fucking ask? Why don't you fucking ask?
Because you were underwater. You can't hear.
You should have waited. It's called respect. It's Draven. I'm telling you, I'm losing my patience. I'm losing it. You better give this little thing a talking to. And then I reload the gun and put it all back together.
Draven suddenly goes right back to like. It's just like a flashback back to the orphanage to like parenting the younger ones. Okay, so what you got to do is when you want to look at somebody's thing, you have to ask very nicely. Make sure that you get an okay before you touch it. Otherwise, that's not nice. That's bad hand. It's called
consent. It's called consent, and I did not give you consent to touch her.
I'm sorry, I wasn't gonna take it or anything. It just, it looked interesting. It was shiny.
Oh, but sometimes you need to look with your eyes and not with your hands, correct? Yes.
Oh, I didn't know that.
No, it's hard.
You gain plus 20 respect experience.
Sometimes what I like to do when we go to stores with the littles is I go pocket store and I make them put their hands in their pockets so they don't touch.
That sounds okay. Zaz just looks really sad now. Just kind of dejected, staring at the ground, kind of just playing with the sand with their fingers.
Malachi's like trying not to look at this. So I can stay mad.
Maiko, what are you up to now that you got that pouch?
You said there's just like coins and stuff in the pouch, yes?
Yeah, you found a gear necklace and you found a pouch with some coins somebody dropped.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know.
You gonna
I'm
just
sorry.
pocket that money?
No, oh no, I'm gonna like. That's going in with the group money. I would put that in with the group money. Maybe I, because I got the gear necklace again, another gear necklace. I'll be like, hey, yeah. So I found another gear necklace. Hopefully, maybe this is the right trail. Because that would be something that this dude would wear, right? The gear necklace.
Mm-hmm. A lot of them had.
I think I also got one of these.
I mean, I got two now. I'm wearing one, and I got this second one.
Maybe I didn't keep one. Well,
Here, you want it? I'm gonna hand it to.
I feel like
Malachi.
it could be kind of some good fashion. All right, and I think we had determined before that these were not magical. They're just kind of a symbol. So I will. Oh, I do have one gear necklace, tiny. Maybe we should give it to our new friend and see if that cheers him up. Here's something you can touch.
Oh, yeah.
All right, you have a gear necklace now, Seth.
I have a gear necklace now. All right,
Yeah,
sorry,
if you want to be like in the crew or whatever, this is what we're doing now. We're wearing these.
What's this? What is this?
It's a necklace with a gear on it.
Oh. Why?
I'm thinking it's like a cult thing for this Zormunder. But I think it also kind of looks cool, so.
It's a.
I mean, yeah, I'm wearing one. Pretty neat.
Is it a brass gear? You said.
Yep, it's a brass gear.
Oh, I kind of look and I was like, kind of match it up to my scales. Like, I think it would clash a bit. Well, maybe not. Maybe it's a.
Why I
Okay,
keep mine
thank
in
you.
my pocket. It does not work with the aesthetic, so we put that
Yeah.
away.
Yeah. I'm thinking maybe we
Wait,
should
I can.
dip dye yours like black or something.
Wait a sec. I can use this for something. Yeah.
All right.
The kobold starts smiling again.
See, it works. That easy.
Oh no, I didn't want to.
All right. I don't really know what else it is we can hope to gain from this. I mean, we don't have a boat. Got no idea where they're going. I mean, best we can do is go back and just tell them what we found, right?
I think that is the best course of action.
And hopefully she'll still pay us.
I mean, true. We don't have the resources. We did everything we could.
Ooh.
We know where they went or which direction, but we don't know where. So
Yeah, and we almost got killed by a Manticore for this, so I
We
better
might
get
be able
fucking
to
money.
convince them to pay us for the Manticore.
Yeah, but how are we gonna get any of that shit back? Or do you think just getting rid of it is service enough?
The latter.
All right. Either
Well, we
way,
could always-
I'm getting paid. Go ahead.
We could always stop by the Manticore, grab a claw or two, and see if we can sell those for something. I don't know. Maybe somebody would want Manticore.
Draven was already limbering up in the back to get ready to carry the whole thing.
Oh, Draven. I mean, we could hang out here at this beach for a little bit. I was having a good time. I was having a good time before I was so rudely interrupted.
I'm sorry. Just makes a loud noise and it's shiny.
It's like, you said it's like 5 p.m. It would probably take us like fucking hours to get back, huh?
Couple hours
Yeah.
at least, yeah.
A couple hours.
It'd be close to night, or it would be probably right at nightfall, I think.
So we could take an hour. We could take an hour. Come on, guys, live a little.
Beach episode?
Beach episode.
Oh no!
Yeah, we could set up a little camp, you know.
All right.
I got some rations. I could nosh.
Are there any
Make them
animals
say, like-
around on this beach?
Maiko will shift into fox form and start like pouncing.
Crabs or something?
Make a perception check.
Dolphins?
If you get some
'Cause-
crabs, homie,
I can talk to them. I'm a druid.
and then can you tell them to get in this pot real quick?
Trust me, you won't feel pain. It's okay.
Oh man, nat 20 to find crab.
20 to find crabs.
There are definitely little crabs on the
Oh
beach.
my god.
See a few of them skittering around, kind of jumping. Woohoo!
So
They're so
I would
happy.
love to use my voice of nature to try and ask these crabs about the scene we've seen. If like Zormunder or the people around him were talking about where they're going or what's going on here.
Nat 20 to interrogate crab.
I
As soon
love
as
it.
he's done interrogating this crab, I snatch it
Talking
up
to them.
to cook it.
Yeah, you can communicate with them at a rudimentary level. You can ask questions of, receive answers from, and use the diplomacy skill with animals. So you see a few crabs kind of going about the beach, just feasting on some minnows, that sort of thing. You call out to them. Make for me a diplomacy check.
Here you go.
All the
Talking to
good
these
rolls.
crabs.
Yeah, the crabs kind of come up to you. I can't do for you.
Yeah, so we see what looks like a boat that probably left. Could you tell us about like what were the people who were getting on this? A, was there a boat here? And did a gnome get on it? And two, were they talking about anything?
There was a big old wooden thing that came up on the shore. Bunch of tall ones, taller than you. No feathers. Pale, hairless. Other short one came along. Short one started yelling at them. Said, need to go. Need to hurry. The queen calls, said. They helped him in the big thing on the beach. Started pushing it out. Maybe 8 of them in total. The crab kind of looks amongst all of you all. They were here. And kind of looks about at the sun. They were here when the sun was halfway up,
Oh, man.
indicating like around noon.
5 hours ago.
Sounds like thereabouts. So that boat we saw, almost certainly
Mm-hmm.
contained our gnome friend slash. These are my favorite crabs.
Malachi's watching Kikiro talk to the
Oh.
crab, and the crab make weird noises back at him. And I want to look at Draven and go, "Do you think our friend is touched?"
I did know a person who had very similar things. I don't know if we should play along or try to convince them not. I don't know. What do we do?
Do you think we can eat these crabs?
Yeah, I want to walk up while that crab is talking to him.
Just be like,
While it's distracted.
I mean, Kikiro is sitting there in the sand and making weird noises. The crabs is just kind of sitting there in front of him, and from your perspective, it's like clacking of the claws and weird motion, and like it kind of moves back and forth, and the way they bob their head, they don't make sound. Crabs don't make sounds really, but Kikiro is able to understand this. And so from your perspective, it's just like the crab moving about, Kikiro sitting there asking questions.
Mm-hmm. And then I crawl like a cat, slow-mo style.
Make a stealth check.
Don't eat my friend.
I have to. He looks so appetizing.
I'm gonna build a sandcastle.
17.
Yeah, the crab doesn't notice.
I want to pounce on the crab.
Kikiro, what's your passive perception?
My perception DC is 18.
18. So, Kikiro, you would absolutely notice Malachi sneaking up, cat-like style, behind you.
Malachi, please don't eat my crab-shaped friend.
Can I eat that one? And I point to a nearby crab.
Can I ask this crab if that one's family?
I'm already.
Do you like that crab over there, or are they a rival?
I know, that guy's a jerk.
Okay.
Yes, you can eat that one.
All right, I pounce on that crab.
Okay, make an athletics check.
Can it be acrobatics because I'm pouncing?
Sure, why not? I don't care.
17 again.
17, you just pounce towards the crab. You get a little face full of sand, but your hands come around the crab, and the crab is going to attempt to pinch at you. Because that's
I got it. Quick, somebody start a fire. Quick. Don't just stand there, Zaz.
I set my sword on the ground. It's smoking.
I'm gonna
Yes.
I'm gonna channel elements and use base kinesis to start a little fire.
All right, scoop up some water. I know you got a pain on your back. You scoop up some water. Quick, he's pinching me.
He is pinching you.
No, bad crab. Bad crab.
It doesn't seem like it's rolling. That's annoying. Why is it not?
Roll the pinch. Do like 1 piercing damage.
Yeah, I don't know why it's not rolling. That's upsetting.
Ooh, we're gonna be eating good dinner. Not having any rations. We're eating the crabs.
Why the hell not? The crab's making an attack against you. 16.
Wow.
16 misses. Cat-like reflexes.
Yeah, cat-like reflexes. It tries to pinch at you. You just like grab onto the claws and you're holding it up. And like it's not big. It's only like that freaking big. It's not like a very large crab, but
We
you
gotta
got
find
it.
more.
Alright, so presume that for the next like hour that we're resting, I am capturing crabs and boiling them in a pot. And then
I'll help out too. I'll
yeah,
shift
and
the
then
box
everybody's
form and
just
help
like
out.
cracking them open and eating.
Yeah, we're having a good crab boil here. It's awesome.
Yeah, so you're for the next hour or so while you're all just chilling at the beach, the sun's slowly starting to descend. Malachi is trying to grab up crabs on the beach. The crab that Kikiro is talking to is just going to piece the fuck out of it.
I will allow him his freedom.
Yeah,
That
it
one
goes
may live.
running
Or
off.
or if he wants, I could pick crabs based on who he wants me to take.
Clack right for yes, clack left for no.
Like, who don't you like, crabs?
Make for me a survival check, Malachi. I want to
Okay.
see how many crabs you end up getting.
Survival's not
God.
great. Can't we stick with acrobatics?
Nope.
I'm doing cat things. I got a 14, that's not bad.
Hey, it's still not bad. So let's say you've gotten a total of 6 little crabs in total. You have your fire going. You've thrown it in a pot of salt water, and they're boiling. Not going to get a lot of meat off these things, but they're edible. So why not? Yeah.
I slurp them up. And now this smart crab is like evolutionarily like pushed forward because he's gonna be like the alpha male crab on this beach.
It's the only one to survive the massacre. Like,
Yeah. Because I imagine as a crab, he would probably just pick all the other male crabs and say, get that guy, get that guy, get that.
Yeah, pretty much. Pretty
So I
much.
can be the head honcho.
We're gonna have a beach full of friends in like 6 months.
Yeah, we're gonna come back and he's gonna be like, my friend. Oh crap!
Have
And all
more
his kids
rivals.
are gonna run around too. It's gonna be amazing.
It is.
So we're doing
It
good
is.
things here.
Well, you spend your next hour just having a crab boil with your new buddy. Let's call him Clacker. Clacker is the name of the crab. And he kind of tells you, yeah, get rid of that one. Yeah, get rid of that one. Yeah, that one's a jerk. You definitely need to deal with him.
Mm-hmm. And I'm like, no problem, buddy. No problem for sure. I got you.
Yeah, that. So that's a weird scene, but at the end of it, you've all eaten a little bit of crab meat. You've made a new friend, Clacker, who jumps back into the ocean and says, "Thanks for not eating me."
Bye. All right, and then I guess we're gonna go back and report on what we found.
Oh, thank you. I have so much sand in my pants. I cannot.
Well, you don't like the beach? Draven?
No.
Why don't you like to have fun?
It's hot.
I will say, dude, sand does get under the scales a bit. I mean, I'm fine with the beach, but
I take a note of that for my song that I'm gonna write about Draven.
Looking forward to hearing this song. It takes you a couple hours to return. Kind of walking along the coast, which does rise up again, and kind of goes along until you eventually do reach Woodpine. By the time you do Woodpine, you do reach Woodpine. It is well in about 7 o'clock. The town is quiet. There are lights. But hard to am calm.
Well, should we sleep first and then tell everybody in the morning, or do you think we should go straight to the mayor's house?
I need to go refocus and get the sound of crab screams out of my head.
Hey, we already established that crabs don't make noise, so
They cannot scream.
they cannot scream. That's the sound of the air hissing through their shell while they're being boiled.
that's why it was so terrifying that they were screaming.
It's not screaming.
They can't scream, and yet they were.
Oh my god. Listen, y'all are a bunch of sissies. I don't know what happened to you. We killed a Manticore out there and you're crying about some crabs, some delicious crabs I cooked on the beach. That was a good time.
No, I had fun. I haven't had some good crab in a while.
Maddox.
You're
Finally.
welcome.
But have you had bad crab recently?
Bath.
Didn't imply that he had bad crabs.
If you haven't had good crab, it implies you've had bad crab.
Mhm.
Oh, yeah. Well, you see, sometimes I have to rummage through garbage to get food.
Zaz, you sound like a guy who likes to party. Well, I tell you, we've been staying at this tavern. It's a pretty chill spot sometimes. I was thinking we should turn it. I've been trying to turn it up, make it rowdier. And I feel like I could use your help in that.
Sure.
All right.
So
This town's a bit sleepy, but we can wake him up.
So you're heading back to the Crow's Cask? Is that what I'm hearing?
Yeah, it sounds
Yeah.
like we want to go back to town.
Make your way through. You have to kind of go along the coastline, head back into town proper, which is, I've described it before, but I'll go ahead and. Woodpine is a small logging and but it's built up in another one of those lowland inlets along the that kind of behind the larger cliffside that makes up most of the southern. There's a river that runs through the center of town, and as you're making your way across the bridge to the the eastern side of town, which is where the Crow's Cask is, you do notice that there are some people moving about town, all finishing things that but for the most part, the streets are fairly calm and quiet. You reach the Crow's Cask, and you can hear there is a little bit of liveliness from the tavern itself.
The tunes.
You make your way into the tavern, and you see that it is full of life. Most of the tables are full. Most of the bar itself is fairly full. There is a handful of tables that haven't been occupied yet, and there is an actual bard currently playing on the stage towards the far side. You see an individual. They are it is a red skinned tiefling playing a lute, with a dwarf playing the drums and a human playing the pipes.
God.
The three of them are just kind of vibing and playing some light, rowdy music, and the crowds are just kind of going along with that. You can smell the ale in the air. It's thick, it's heady, and it seems like everyone's having a good time. The bar owner, whose name I have to pull up real quick.
Oh my gosh, what was her name? It's in my notes somewhere.
Okay, as you enter the inn, you do see the proprietor, Magaloy. A very thick woman. She is built like a brick. Huge arms, as though she spent her entire life fighting, which is a very good possibility. Sitting there behind the bar, when she sees you all enter, she calls out, "Ah, it's our Pathfinders! They're back again! It's so good to see you! Welcome, welcome! Come on in!"
That's what I'm talking about.
Hi.
Oh, Magaloy, I'd like to introduce you to a new acquaintance of ours. His name is Zaz.
Oh, well, it's nice to meet you, Zaz. Welcome. We don't get a whole lot of kobolds in. Are you from the mountain north?
I don't really remember where I'm from. Most recently, I've been around Coltrast a lot.
Oh, from the capital. I see.
Yeah. I'm a blacksmith by trade, and I was working on my apprenticeship there.
Well, I've never met a kobold blacksmith before, but you are, of course, very welcome. Go ahead, Malachi.
Speaking of, you think you could work us up some beers?
Of course I can. Of course I can. In fact, there has paid for your room and board, and that means that the first round is on the house. And
hell yeah.
She grabs a handful of mugs, goes over to the big keg in the back, and pours this really frothy, rich ale for each of you, setting them down on the table in front of you.
Wow.
I know, Draven. Was Draven still going upstairs to take a bath?
Oh, I'm still covered in Manticore blood and sand. Of course, Draven is definitely
Okay,
gonna go soak for a second.
I will absolutely grab my beer, I'll slam it on the table, and then I'll chug it back as fast as I can, and then I'll grab Draven's beer and drink that too.
Oh, okay.
You're grabbing that and drinking.
He's going upstairs.
Yeah, Draven.
I'm like, are you gonna drink that? But then I don't wait for an answer.
You know, you're supposed to ask consent before you touch other people's stuff. I've learned.
I did ask. I asked. Go.
Well, he didn't say. Okay.
I could tell from his body language the answer was no.
Is that how that? Oh, that's how that works.
Yeah, you gotta learn how to read people.
All right.
So.
Noting down in my notes.
That Draven's gonna wear one of your robes coming down.
Oh no. Wait, Malachi might be okay with that.
No.
Well, with Draven heading upstairs to go get, cleaned up. Yeah.
Yeah.
Degrimed. The rest of you find yourselves a table and get to kick back and have some ales.
Yeah, I definitely would like to try to perform with the band. Like, if there's a break in a song, I want to talk to them.
Yeah. I mean, it probably after about 5-10 minutes or so, they'll cut off their song and begin starting up the next, and you can absolutely get up and go approach them. That.
Oh man, I feel like this is like what Malachi's dream. I want a band so bad, so I'm like nervous. I want to be like, hey, great performance, really awesome. In fact, I'm a bit of a performer myself. I mean, Draven had my guitar, so I'll imagine it's here in the tavern. Mm-hmm. So I'll gesture to my guitar and be like, would you mind if I joined you for a spell?
Make for me a diplomacy check.
Please. 19.
19. Oh, well, we got another performer here. Well, why not? Why not? It's always nice to add a little extra to our sets. Now, we're not paying you.
Oh, no, of course.
But you can put your own hat down if you want, and if anyone gives you any tips, they're all yours.
I'll absolutely do that, but I'll also tell him I do it for the love of the thing.
Wait, yeah, you pull out your guitar from its case that Draven has left you. Give me a performance check.
Please don't suck. Nat 20! Oh, hell yeah.
Wow.
This is
so
all my
Malachi.
dreams come true.
Describe for me what that Nat 20 gives you as you take center stage around these other bards.
Right, so I imagine they start up the song, and I realize it's like a song I know, you know? So I start strumming along to it, and I imagine they were just kind of being like instrumental, but Malachi in his heart, like I play guitar, but in his heart he's a singer. So I am compelled to sing, of course. So I think I'm just playing along, and they're like, okay, this is how it's gonna be, and then Malachi scoots on up to the mic, and I start singing, and I think Malachi has a beautiful, rich voice. I mentioned it really early on that big inspiration for Malachi was like Orville Peck, and then and I love his like deep country voice. It's amazing. And then there's also a Mexican singer, oh my God, Chelino Sanchez, who was like a Mexican singer and a gunslinger, and he actually got into gunfights on stage and stuff. So he was like huge inspiration for Malachi. So I just feel like those are the vibes. Those are the vibes I want.
Yeah, definitely. The crowd is absolutely with you on that with a fucking Nat 20.
Yes.
You are just guiding this, and I feel like...
So,
yeah,
can I say, so I can use performance to make an impression? So can we say this is a make an impression? Because I'm trying to become famous, so I want these people to remember me.
Yeah, 100%. You are absolutely making an impression with all of these people here in Woodpine. They're cheering you, they're toasting you. I'm about to roll a D100 and see how much you actually take.
Come on, money. Money's not going to reflect the...
Is there a dance floor?
Oh, yes.
I mean, there's like a stage and a little area around.
Ooh, climb on
for
a table. Get crazy. Climb on a table.
I'll climb on a table and I'll dance. Why not?
Woo!
Ah, that's a 9. I did shit.
Oh man, I feel like my natural.
Wait. Can I use a hero point if I cash in a hero point?
Can I give them the random Rhapsody coin?
Yes, you can.
Oh, it's true. We're at the end.
Absolutely.
Since
We are
we're
at
close
the
to the
end.
end.
Okay. What was it? Is that
inspiring.
that's a reroll?
That is a reroll.
Come on.
Be better.
It's
You flip a whole table.
Wow.
No, at least you get to keep the 9.
Maiko has been, after one beer, Maiko
Yes,
gets
get
up on a
sloppy.
table and starts dancing. They get up on the wrong fucking table. It's a group of orcs that they look like woodsmen. They're big, they're beefy, they have their axes against the table as they're sitting there. You suddenly jump on the table, Maiko, trying to dance. Your foot goes right in their dish of food. It slips out from under you. You go ass over tea kettle and land on your back on the table, and all of these orcs just stand up, look down at you, and say, "What the fuck do you think you're doing?" And that's where we're gonna end things for this evening.
I poof into a fox and skitter off.
Well, you're going to be able to. You're going to try to do that in your next session, because I feel like this is a great opportunity for a bar fight.
Random bar fight. But can the band just keep playing the whole time?
Yeah. We're going to see what
Malachi
everybody's
would be
having.
like, yes. Like, this is exactly what I want.
Hell yeah.
Ooh, can Malachi? You can get in a gunfight while playing your guitar.
Yes, Chelino. Thank you.
Yeah.
The spirit.
Yeah. This is going to be great. So
I'm not gonna shoot these guys.
come back in about 2 weeks, folks, because in 2 weeks we're going to be back, and our heroes are about to get in a bar fight with a bunch of woodsmen. Malachi's on stage. Maiko is on her back on a table. Draven is upstairs pampering himself, and
I'm
is
taking
probably
a bubble
like,
bath.
yeah. I imagine this is about the time
He
that you're
needed
just
you.
getting out of the bath. Like you're just stepping out of the bath. You're pampered. You're comforted. You're drying yourself off. There's Malachi's robe sitting there on the seat next to you.
It's rose red.
Oh, perfect.
Hell yeah! So that's where we're picking
definitely,
things up.
definitly like monogrammed.
Oh
The-
god.
You stole
What
it.
is
You
this
probably stole it
episode?
from Edmund.
Yes.
It's got a big E on
It's
it.
monogram, but not for me. It says EC.
Well, thank you to everyone who watched this evening. We very much appreciate you tuning in and hanging out with us through whatever the fuck this insanity is. Come back in 2 weeks. We're going to have a bar fight starting things off. And then we get to go turn in a quest to the mayor. I'm sure that's going to go well for them. But in the meantime, let's go ahead and have everybody tell us who they are and where we can find them on the internet. And Draven, you did the recap. Or Delioth, you did the recap. Sorry. Delioth, you did the recap, not Draven. So why don't you go ahead and go first?
Right on. I'm Delioth, also known as Braden. You can find me here every other week playing Kikiro in this campaign, and occasionally elsewhere, but I don't think I have anything else planned currently. You can also
Fair.
find me at Twitter or Blue Sky at Delioth Infinite.
Brie, you're next.
I am Brie. I'm play Malachi Sykes here every other Monday. You can also find me on Instagram at Pink Chic Geek Art for all my art stuff. And this week, I'd like to plug a really cool podcast called Idolo, the Ballad of Chileno Sanchez, that talks about theories around his death because he died in a very interesting and mysterious way. So, if you're interested in podcasts and stuff like that, you should listen to it. It's pretty awesome.
Yeah. Brandie, you're next.
I'm Brandie. You can find me here every other, what's today, Monday? Yeah, Monday.
Mhm.
Every other Monday playing Maiko in Æther-Tech Wars. And the opposite Wednesdays, you can find me on the Curse of Strahd playing Veed, everybody's favorite reborn gunslinger. Otherwise, I'm on all the socials as at River Dragon 82. That's River with a Y. And that's it.
John. John, you're up next.
Yeah, I'm John. I played Draven tonight. It's always a blast. Love doing it. But you can find me here every other Monday and Wednesday. On Wednesday, I am in the Magi Knights campaign, and I'm so excited for this next fight coming up. It's going to be so much fun. But you can also find me on Instagram at CreativePanda88 or at Blue Sky at johnpoart.bluesky and all that fun stuff. So,
Junior, you're up.
Hi, yeah, I'm Matthew. I play this kobold on these Mondays. I'm also here on Wednesday with Curse of Strahd playing a Kenku wizard. That's fun, and I'm nowhere else. Just
Well, as always, I am Matthew R. Dawson, your friendly neighborhood host and game master here on the range. I'm all over the place. Find me on the tweets and the instas is at Scruffy Wanderer. You can find me here. You can find me occasionally on other places. I'm on the table TTRPG. I was just recently doing a charity event that should be up on YouTube here pretty. I'll plug that when that comes. Let's see. Sometimes find me on Lost Caravan. You can sometimes find me on Magi Nights. I'm on a lot of places. But for the most part, come check us out here every Monday and Wednesday. Awesome content. We have a lot of fun. It's always chaotic. Every campaign is unique. Definitely come. Well, anyway, on behalf of everyone here in the Aiden and everyone in the Random Raps crew, I just want to say thank you, folks. It's been a delight. So long. Good luck. And until next time, fight the machine. Night.